After the burning of the incense and sacrificing the sin offerings, it was time to release the scapegoat. This is a crazy part that I didn't know about, and maybe you didn't know about either. I found out some unusual things about this scapegoat. Now, first off, we have this strange verse that talks about Azazel. What the heck is Azazel? Azazel is described as a leader of the fallen angels who had sex with women and taught humans forbidden knowledge, leading to corruption and sin. Azazel was known as a wandering spirit, akin to a satyr-like creature. A satyr is a half-goat, half-man. So a half-goat, half-man creature, that's what Azazel is described as. Now, why in the world would God do that? I kind of think that this is a thumb in the nose to Azazel. God's thumbing his nose at Azazel, saying, you know what? The only thing that you're ever going to get from my people is all the troubles that they've heaped upon this goat. Here, have it. Okay? I kind of think that that's a purpose of it. I really have no basis for that, but it's interesting that he sends the scapegoat loaded with the people's troubles and sins on it out into the wilderness so that Azazel can have it. Kind of weird. So, while both goats were laden with the people's sin, one was consumed with fire before God, burning away their sin, while the other was released to Azazel in the wilderness. Okay. Now, another interesting part of this is that the priestly practice of using a scarlet thread. So what the priests would do is they would take a scarlet thread, cut it in half, and they would tie one half to the temple door and another half to Azazel's goat's head and then send it off, right? Now, every year, without fail, this is recorded in the history of the Israelites. Every year without fail, the lot for the Lord's goat came up in the right hand, and Azazel's lot came up in the left hand. And every year without fail, when they would tie that scarlet thread to the door of the temple, and the Lord had accepted their sacrifice for their sins, that scarlet thread would turn white. That's what they said, okay? That happened every year until 30 AD. For the first time in 30 AD, the Lord's lot turned up in the left hand instead of the right hand. And in 30 AD, the scarlet thread did not become white, it stayed scarlet. It was as if the Lord was sending a message. What do you think that message might be? Could it be that the Lord was saying, the sacrifices that you make for your sin on Yom Kippur are no longer acceptable, because I have sent the final sacrifice, and you did not recognize him. So I'm trying to get your attention. Remember, when the Lord sends messages or sends judgments or worrisome things to his people, he doesn't do so out of a desire to be mean to them. He does so out of a desire to call them back to him. And this is his warning to the Israelites. He sent several of them, right? We talked about the temple doors opening every single night at midnight. That was one of the things that happened, okay? And this is yet another thing that happened. The scarlet thread did not turn white as it normally did, and the lot that normally for the Lord was in the right hand was now in the left hand. The Lord was sending clear messages. Hey, guess what? Your sacrifices are no longer acceptable. Please get the message. And unfortunately, they did not. But the Lord still keeps sending messages, and he still will until the point at which the Israelites understand him to be their Messiah.